John Fury claims that his relationship with his son Tyson Fury is completely destroyed. John Fury also rips into Javon Sugar Hill and says that Tyson Fury has no one around him that has his best interest at heart. So in this video, we're going to look at the things that John Fury has said and we're going to react to it because there is a lot to go through. So he did this interview with Playbook Boxing and John had a lot to say. So let's have a listen to what John said about Javon Sugar Hill because this is quite interesting.
At the beginning, I thought it was going to be me, Sifu. I said, if you have him, that Sugar, I'm no filter. I said, I'm gone. But I knew he was in the background.
But what is it about Sugar?
He's no good.
Is it tactically,
Tactically, he's useless. Everybody's been in the corner. He got beat. Everybody's had him. Muhammad Ali's grandson had him, fired him down the road. The other kid, the Birmingham kid, the good amateur. What's his name?
Oh, Ben Whittaker.
Ben Whittaker had him. Yeah. He got an unbeaten Canadian and they got him knocked out in Canada. Kid was 50 now, went with Sugar and got knocked out.
Look, John Fury does not like Javon Sugar Hill. That has been a thing for a long time. I have heard John Fury talk about Javon Sugar Hill in so many interviews where he's been very dismissal. He's talked about the fact that he doesn't think that Javon Sugar Hill is a good trainer. And he's mentioned all these people that Sugar Hill has trained where things haven't gone really well. So John Fury is very serious about his opinions regarding Javon Sugar Hill. Now, to be fair with John Fury and what he's saying about Sugar Hill, he's right in certain aspects. Sugar Hill's relationship with, Ben Whittaker didn't go well. Ben Whittaker was in trouble in the fights that he fought when Sugar Hill was his trainer, didn't go well. Sugar Hill's relationship with other fighters haven't gone really well. So John has a point there. However, Sugar Hill's relationship with Tyson Fury has gone pretty well. They've won most fights. They lost to Alexander Usyk twice. But apart from that, I feel like they've done really well. So I understand why Tyson Fury likes to keep Javon Sugar Hill around him because it looks like they have a lot of fun. They have good chemistry. But John Fury is just not keen on Tyson Fury training with Javon Sugar Hill. He just doesn't think that Javon Sugar Hill is good enough. Now, one would argue that why is John Fury so adamant that Sugar Hill is not good enough? Is it because John Fury wants the opportunity to train Tyson Fury? Or is it because John Fury is just concerned about his son, Tyson Fury? Two things could be right at the same time. But look, in this situation, I just think that there's a level of both things in the same situation. So what I'm saying is John Fury is somewhat a bit jealous of the relationship that Tyson Fury has with Javon Sugar Hill because I think John Fury would love the opportunity to be in the camp, to be the person that, has the final say, to say that I want my son to do this, to do that, and to do this training. He feels like Tyson Fury should listen to him before he listens to anyone else. And part of it is because he's a father, and I understand it, right? He's a father, and a father, wants to protect his son and wants to be there for his son. But his son is Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is 38 years old. Tyson Fury is no spring chicken. He's not a child. So Tyson Fury wants to make his own decision, but John Fury just feels that he needs to be the one to have the final say. And that, to me, is the reason why John Fury has no good thing to say about Javon Sugar Hill. Because, in the past, John Fury has said that Tyson Fury is not putting on muscles. Tyson Fury is not bulking up and being strong. But when we look at it, Tyson Fury has never been body beautiful, guys. Let's be honest. Tyson Fury is someone that has always got a lot of fat on his body, but that's his body type. Tyson Fury is not going to be like Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury is not all of a sudden going to, strip all the fat from his body and be chiseled and be a macho man and just have all the six packs and stuff. That's not Tyson Fury. He's never been like that. So I just feel like John Fury is wanting Tyson Fury to be somebody or something that he's just not, and that's not his body type. And I don't think that is something that Sugar Hill can do anything about, right? Tyson Fury has got these big fat on his body and that's the way he is. And, John Fury, I just feel like he's finding ways to discredit Javon Sugar Hill. He's doing that, right? Because he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't get the opportunity to be in the camp. And that's how it seems, because the way he talks about Sugar Hill and the fact that he doesn't really like Sugar Hill's involvement in Tyson Fury's camp, it just shows that John Fury just doesn't like the fact that he's not there to make decisions because he feels like he's Tyson Fury's father and therefore needs to make those decisions. And I think that is where the issue is with John Fury. But John Fury also go ahead and talks about his relationship with his son, Tyson Fury, which is quite interesting. And let's have a listen to what John Fury says about Tyson Fury.
What has that done to your relationship with Tyson, if you're honest?
Destroyed it completely. Yeah. Because I don't have that bullshit. I don't want any money. I'm sorry on camera, I've not took £10 of my son in my life. What he's got, good luck to me. Our culture of people, we give to our kids, we don't take. I've got nothing and I'm happy having nothing. But I've got my health and I'm alive. That's more than I've got two brothers stone dead, 50 and 52. So I'm a lucky man. But it took a long time to get in there. A lot of thought, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And don't forget, who built his story when he was a kid? He didn't build it himself, did he? Me, his father. And he hasn't showed me enough respect to say, you know what, my dad could be right.
Is that repairable, John, that relationship?
I don't know, it is what it is, isn't it?
Does it need to be post-boxing?
What?
Do you think the only way that you'll reconnect is once boxing is no longer in the picture?
No. Listen, if, God do forgive me, things happen when they shouldn't happen, it's his own fault. He's 38-year-old, but if your father was telling you for your own good, where your family's at stake, your children's at stake, and you don't need all this shit, you got no to prove, and you're being an hero. What do you think that'd do to your father?
Yeah.
Do I want to see my son in your position like he was a few years ago? No.
Yeah.
Will you watch
I
the fight?
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
Don't you?
Look, this is where I say John Fury, feels like he's the father and therefore has to have the final say into what Tyson Fury does. John Fury feels like Tyson Fury should retire from boxing. Tyson Fury does not feel that he needs to retire from boxing because he feels like he's still young. He's still got, a lot to give and he wants to fight on. But John Fury thinks otherwise. And because Tyson Fury is not listening to John Fury feels disrespected. He feels like he gave Tyson Fury the name. And look, you have to give John Fury the credit for who Tyson Fury is and what Tyson Fury has achieved in boxing, because in all actualities, if we're going to be honest, John Fury is the reason why Tyson Fury is who he is, because John Fury is he's got a big voice, he's braggadocious, he's very loud, and he says a lot of things, and Tyson Fury takes after his father, and Tyson Fury is also like his father, and John Fury has raised Tyson Fury to be what he is, and that has achieved him a lot in boxing and in sport. So I can understand from what John Fury is coming from as a father, but in the same situation, you could also understand why Tyson Fury wants to do his own thing and want to leave the sport when he feels like he needs to leave the sport, not because his father wants him to retire. Now, look, there's an element of every fighter getting in a ring and basically losing their lives in there. Absolutely, there's an element. This is boxing. It's a dangerous sport. But fighters get in there because they know the risk and they know the reward that comes with that risk. If you're able to conquer the world and become a heavyweight champion, the world is yours. And Tyson Fury is a 2-time heavyweight champion. He's a good fighter, not the best of this generation, right? But he's a good fighter and he's achieved some good things. And Tyson Fury feels like there's a lot more to achieve. But John Fury does not feel that way because he thinks that Tyson Fury should retire and think about his family. He's made a lot of money. He's made enough money. So look, it is a thing of John Fury, not being able to get over the fact that Tyson Fury just wants to do his own thing and retire on his own accord. And that is the delusion of fighters. They want to retire when they want to retire. They don't want people to tell them that they need to retire because, fighters are the last people to know that they don't have it anymore. Every fighter feel like they've got it and they want to be in there and they want to fight. It is people around them to tell them that you haven't got it anymore. You're not the fighter that you used to be. And maybe it's time to hang it up. And John Fury has a point. It's not like John doesn't have a point in what he's saying. However, John Fury is taking this whole thing to heart. He's taking it too seriously. And that is why he feels disappointed. And that is why he feels like his son is not listening to him. But what this reminds me of is this. John Fury and Tyson Fury's situation right now reminds me of Chris Eubank Sr. versus Chris Eubank Jr. situation, where Chris Eubank Sr. was adamant that his son should not fight Conor Benn because it was dangerous, because he was cutting weight, and that, you know, his life was on the line. And during that time, I agreed and said, I understand where Senior is coming from, because he's been in a ring, he's cut weight before, he knows how dangerous it is, and he knows how, you know, what it's going to mean for his son if he fights weight restricted. And we saw that in the second fight where, you know, Chris Eubank Jr. was a shadow of himself, and he just couldn't move, and Conor Benn won that fight fair and square. So Eubank Sr. had a point about Eubank Jr. And I think John Fury has a point. But in the end, Tyson Fury has the responsibility to get out of the sport of boxing when he sees fit. And John Fury just cannot get himself to overcome the fact that Tyson wants to do things his own way and wants to get out of the sport when he feels like getting out of it. Now look, he says that Arslanbek Makhmudov could beat Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is not the same fighter. He says that Tyson would have beaten Alexander Usyk twice if Tyson had retired after the Deontay Wilder fight. And I disagree with him. Usyk was always going to beat Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is not a better fighter than Usyk. Yes, it is the heavyweight division, but Usyk at that time had gotten used to the heavyweight division and he's better than Tyson Fury anyway. So for me, Usyk was going to always beat Tyson Fury. So I don't agree with John there. But what I do agree with is that those Deontay Wilder fights took a lot out of Tyson Fury. Let's be honest. Those fights took a lot. Because although Deontay Wilder looks like a shadow of himself, Tyson Fury is also not the same, because he took some big shots from Deontay Wilder. And every time that a fighter steps into the ring, they leave something in that ring. And Tyson Fury on that night, after the third fight with Deontay Wilder, he left something of himself in that ring. And John is right. So from a father's perspective, I can understand why John Fury wants his son to retire. But also from Tyson Fury's perspective as a fighter, I understand why he wants to keep fighting and probably do not want his father in his corner. He doesn't want John Fury in the camp to tell him not to fight because he wants to fight. But John Fury as a father wants to protect his son. But I think there's a little bit of jealousy in there as well, although he wants to protect his son. So look, it's an interesting situation. And I am quite interested to hear what you guys think about this situation. John Fury claiming that his relationship with his son Tyson Fury is completely destroyed. And then he's saying that Javon Sugar Hill is no good. He's not the right trainer for Tyson Fury. And he wants Tyson Fury to retire. I want you guys to get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this conversation, this claims from John Fury. But guys, don't forget, hit the notification button, hit the bell button so that you will get a notification every time we upload a video on this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.